Welcome back to another episode of Train With Me. Again, we're doing a little at-home garage workout at my client's place. So you guys wondering if this is my place? It's not. This is where I train a lot of the time though. My clients are on vacation, so I get to enjoy this gym still. Either way, we're gonna do a functional shoulder workout today using a majority of bells of steel stuff. So we're gonna warm up with battle ropes. We're gonna get into using the Viking press, as well as doing some clean and press as well too. I'm gonna do it as best as I can. We're gonna put in some options as well too. If you guys don't have this equipment, you can substitute with dumbbells. So we'll show you guys a substitution in a dumbbell fashion. For you guys who don't have a majority of this equipment, after that we're gonna go in some dumbbell accessory work and putting that into a giant set as well too. So this will be one of those very good shoulder workouts that can give you a lot of, calorie burn in the sense of you're moving a lot. Again, when you're resting in between sets, your heart rate drops and you're not burning as much calories as you would if you were actually on a treadmill. But we're doing a full length workout, 45 minutes to about an hour. We're gonna get through it and we're gonna give you guys great tips. I got Erica behind the camera again today, which she'll be in this to help me out with showing you guys tips on how to optimize your shoulder training. Guys, I would use this for more so if you're an athlete and you just wanna keep your shoulders really moving and whatnot, do these kind of movements. I would say put this into your workout anyway, but for those of you guys who are looking for building muscle, this isn't a build muscle, type of workout. This is more so a mobility, moving, functional shoulder workout, but something you should definitely be doing at least once a week to make sure you're not just moving around, you can't move. I gotta say again, my blood work isn't back yet, but Turk is freaking working. The shit actually works. A lot of my athletes are using it. They say it works. They're putting on muscle. It's been over 2 months since I've been completely off of everything, and this is what I look like. Some of you guys are like, oh, well, that's because you were on steroids for 10 years. That's why you look like. No, go back before 10 years, look what I look like. I looked pretty damn good anyway. I got great genetics. But again, this is holding up with my strength and this size, and obviously, I'm gonna try the fruit punch of hardcore stim, which will be out soon. You guys tried it last time. We tried it last time. We had peach mango. This is the fruit punch, spilling everywhere. A buttload of Turk, 4 pills, whatever. Girl Viking. This tastes really freaking good. Like really, really, I'm just saying that. When it comes out, you guys buy it, you'll be like, damn, it shit tastes good. It tastes good. We're gonna warm up first before we get into our battle ropes. By the time we're done warmed up, we'll get into our workout and we're ready to go. Okay, so we're gonna start with our warm up. I like to do shoulder openers, overhead pass, and just getting my shoulders warmed up before I move. You can do this before every workout, to be honest, especially all your upper body workouts. It's gonna help the same. We just wanna really get the shoulder caps warmed up, loosened up. You can use like a broomstick or a PC pipe, whatnot. I just have a band. I want to use it for a little bit of tension to kind of give me a little more activation when I'm pulling over. But again, what we're doing was keeping the arms straight, right? Opened up, this is the bar. This is exactly how it would look. And we're passing over ahead and all the way back. Now, we don't want our arms doing this, and we don't want to be trying all this stuff to get over. And also, when you're doing these, you also don't want to feel like your chest is going to rip off your shoulder either. So make sure you guys give yourself enough room. You'll get the mobility eventually, so you'll be able to come a little closer. But while you're here, make sure we can get over a nice healthy way, back and over. And I'll kind of give you my breath. It's a deep breath in, out, and deep breath in. And while we're doing this, we want to make sure we're still from the ground up, locked in the floor, activating everything up and down. And you should start to feel your shoulders get a little tired, like hot, then we can kind of stop and relax. Do that about 3 sets of that. 3 sets, 5 times over both sides. Then we're gonna do shoulder openers. Basically the same idea. We're gonna come from the top here, overhead, like almost like a snatch grip from here, and we're gonna pull this away and let it come back and pull on the way up. So we're pulling it down and then up. We're doing shoulder depression as well as scap retraction, pulling it down and up, and just doing that and warming up. Take your time. Already feeling my shoulders warm and hot just from the constant resistance from this. So when you're using one of these, use something very light. You don't need to use a really heavy one. You're not gonna be able to do it in the first place with something very light. Now again, we're looking at doing rotator group work again. So from here, we can kind of come from this way and pull, really passively pull from here. I like to pull from this side, from this way, and if you need to, put like a towel underneath your arm and pulling out. You don't gotta yank it out. This is just to kind of warm the shoulder up like this, and in and out. Now, one I really like to do is with dumbbells, is taking a nice light weight. All right, so find yourself a bench, incline it a little bit. We wanna basically, from here, hinging down, hold your hand on the bench, hinge back, bend knees a little bit, let the arm drop naturally. I'm gonna show you guys from the front as well too. But from here, what we do is we're gonna let it come out, like we're gonna let it just drop, and we're gonna do shoulder, we're gonna retract the scap and pull our shoulder blades back, right? I'm not trying to do a shrug. Think about shrugging back, shoulder depression, shrugging back and up, and then from here, raising the shoulder out, back down, and then letting it come out, disengaging it. Engage, keep it engaged, let it come out to the side, depending on your mobility, and back down nice and slow, keep it in and out. From the front, you're gonna look basically like this. My shoulders aren't mobile enough for me to go right straight like this, so what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna let my arm kind of go out almost like a V this way instead, and down, let it rotate, let it come out, retract back, pull out, and down, and in. Back, up, down, and in. We wanna make sure we keep our arms straight. We don't wanna be here and then having this arm do this. And we don't wanna be hyperextending and having our arm locked out looking weird and doing this. It's to be very, very light, so don't use a weight that you're struggling to do is not the point of this. The point is to warm up the shoulder. This isn't even a pre-exhaust. Okay, so if you don't have a dumbbell that's light enough, you can grab yourself a plate, lighter plate. Again, you want this to be light. You don't want to be struggling with this at all. Out and down. Now we don't want it to come back to her arms kind of coming back further to like, I want it to just drop down the floor. So she's still on an angle where she's too high up. Now we're gonna sit there, there you go. Now when her arm is relaxed, her arms should be hanging almost perpendicular down from here, and let her arm is relaxed from there. Good, now from there, we want to raise up. There you go. And then down, good. That's our starting position, up, right down, and let it relax from there. Perfect. And you can see from the back, we're looking at and down, and you can see at this activated, keeping it up, arm still activated, her lats still engaged, pushing down. We're basically warming up this rotator group here, making sure that the muscles are being worked and they get fluid motion. And from the front, pulling up, right to her ear and down. Good, so you can just do this. This takes about probably, I would say, 5 to 7 minutes of your warm up and then get into your actual workout. And that'll be your warm up for whatever you do upper body wise. You can even do this with your lower body as well too. Especially if you're holding the bar on your back, we want to use it. Okay, so when we're doing battle ropes, like guys, I've seen a lot of people do these wrong. We're just gonna go over some basic, easy fundamentals when you're doing this. So any musicians out there, you're gonna rock at this if you can hold the beat, and literally for a drummer, even better. When we're doing this again, we wanna hinge. We're hinging, and at some point we could be squatting, but just for the basics, we wanna be in a nice athletic position, hinging. You know, feet are on shoulder width apart, a little bit wider, but we just wanna be in a place where you can be comfortable and hinge back from here. Again, we're grabbing the ropes. You wanna grab them a little bit closer to the front of the handles. Further back, your hands are gonna end up slipping, and then you end doing that shit. So you wanna grab from here in the front, right? We wanna make sure there's slack. So we don't wanna sit here like this. You wanna make sure there's comfortable slack from here. Then when we hinge ourselves back, we're in a position here where we can start making these ripple. Now, beginners, stick to 2 hands. Basically, up and down, creating that wave. Now when we're doing this, it's not just a shoulder. We're not just doing shoulders. We want to use a little bit of the body. Now I'm not doing this. I'm just following myself like an athlete with this movement. So I'm pushing down and pushing down. We want our entire body to be involved in this. Now those of you who are a little advanced or intermediate, we can go on to doing back and forth, alternating. When we do this, again, we're not necessarily just pulling this way, and we're not necessarily just pulling this way. We're going both ways. You wanna have control over both hands, so think about doing a rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you have like music that you're listening to, try and keep the beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now this comes from the entire arm, not just from the biceps. I see a lot of times people do this, they're doing bicep curls. And like, my biceps are killing me, and they can't do this at all. Because they're like a mad bicep pump and they can't do anything. Or I see a lot of this, where we're doing all this shit here, and I don't even know what's going on at that point. Keep a nice linear path from here, we're here, and you wanna keep your hands a little bit below your shoulders. You wanna come all the way up here. You don't have to come all the way up to here. Our arms are coming up and coming down. Think about doing nice fluent from here. See how my whole arm is moving. I'm not just doing this, and I'm not doing all this. So we're here. So again, a little bit of slack from the top. For beginners, we're just gonna go double whip. Right? Make sure you engage your core. And for those who are advanced, we're gonna alternate back and forth. And start off, just little tiny waves to start. And then we can get a little more aggressive the higher we are, but we still want perfect amount of pressure from both sides going up and down. None of this and none of this. Nice move from here. And we can go faster, slower, but wider, but kind of use this as knowing your breath. Being able to breathe fluently through this is important too. So make sure you breathe. It's going to be exhausting, but make sure we're breathing. Okay, so next we're moving on to, we're doing a clean and press. The way I do is pretty bastardized in the sense where my form isn't completely there yet. So I'm still gonna go through the motions, but I'm not gonna be able to get to that full kind of front rack position. But I'm gonna move exactly the way I should to be able to get that bar up to that clavicle area where I can press overhead. So we're gonna go from here, basically we're gonna clean, press, and back down, clean, press in like one fluid motion and so forth. So we're gonna do about 7 to 8 reps. We might push the reps a little higher, but we're also not gonna load this a lot either. So I'm not loading this like crazy. I still gotta work on my form. When I actually go over this with Eric, you'll see a lot better, but this is basically what we're gonna do. Remember, we wanna go from here, clean and press, whatever we're doing for cleaning, we're gonna get it to the top. So from here, up, right? Now for most people, this would already come back down like this, but I'm not there yet. But I'm gonna get underneath the weight here. From here, I'm gonna press overhead. Now I'm pressing from here. We don't wanna press it to here. And I see a lot of people pressing from this way. They get this weird angle here, and we're using a lot of the front delts to stay here. We're doing almost like a high incline. So when you're doing this, we wanna get from here, get underneath the weight, press, and back down, right? So here, under the weight, press. Here, under the weight, press. Now I have a tutorial on doing cleans. When we're doing these, if you watch me, I'm pulling the weight into my body almost like I'm trying to do up a zipper. So I'm almost like doing this. This is like a really fast way to teach this. But I'm almost like doing a double zipper to pull the weight up. My shoulders are going back, not up and out. They're going back, underneath, and then I'm basically absorbing the weight and not just catching it on my chest, right? So that little cue for you. But from here, you don't want the bar to travel away from your body like this. You're doing a reverse curl. We don't want that. You want to up, almost like an upright row, underneath, up and down. From here, hips and down. Up, push, and down. So tempo here is explosive. We want to move this is more functional. We're gonna get Erica to demonstrate. So she performs a lot better than mine. I've been coaching her for a while now on these. So she's out again from here. A little bit of a hip drive, a tiny bit, help get the weight up, weight staying in our side of her body and going up, right? She's dragging the weight up her body and over and down. Good, I wanna drag the weight into our body even more. Hook, there you go, good. So we can kind of watch as we go. One more time. Good. Good. Good.
Baby, 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 you're not
Okay, so we went a little more with the reps on the cleans, but it was feeling really good. So yeah, we decided to do 10 reps. But again, 10 reps of a weight that we can actually handle and do. Again, having that form is really important to me, and the lows actually helped me get into my actual, front rack position. Still not there, we've got a lot of work to do. Anyway, so we're moving on to overhead press, and we're using the Viking press from Bell to Steel. Again, you guys can go to belldasteel.com. So my whole job for this is to, review this as well too, to give you guys my honest opinion on these pieces. Everything's been really, really good. I love it. The only thing I don't like about this is when you come in here, when you load the actual weight inside here, the part to tighten it is too close to this. You have to move it back so you can actually tighten it. Otherwise, if it's too close, so what I would recommend when we make more of these, we just basically move this bad boy up to here, and then we're fine. There might be something with the engineering and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure it'll give you the same amount of tightness if we just kind of moved it back a little, like an inch, and it'll be fine. But for those of you guys who get this, move it back a little bit from here, like fingers length, and tighten it from here, and there you go. Now, for this, which is pretty dope, you can do a lot of things from this. We can do Romanian deadlifts from here, base being up. You can do Romanian deadlifts, right? You can do rows. For this purpose, we're doing overhead press, and that's what it's for. It's a Viking press. So from here, getting myself up. Now, we're gonna press from here and push into it. You can also press in from here as well too. So cool thing about this as well is you can get in this in a neutral position and push in like this, and we can get to like a power push too, or basically here, and we come up, right? You sit back a bit, athletic position, use the hips to load, and push up to do this. Now for this purpose, we're just gonna stay ourselves in, and we're gonna go from this position here, sitting back in an athletic position from here, and we're gonna ride these up and keeping a neutral spine. I'm not gonna use much hips at all, but pulling here, and then pressing, making sure we're under the weight, and pushing up overhead, and down, and push. Because of the angle we're on, we're getting a lot more anterior delts. So we're gonna control that weight here, and then once the weight gets a little harder, we can use a little bit of hips to push through. But for the sake, we're gonna keep ourselves in from here, open your hands up a bit, and push up. Neutral spine, all the way through the neck. This thing's dope. It's gonna target a lot more here because the angle we're on, it's almost like doing a very high incline. Hey guys, just so you know, everything I'm doing right now and teach you guys through here, if you want to get it more in depth, you can check out my coaching, guys. Go to that link below. For that Coach in Your Pocket program we got going on, guys, I can get way into more depth when it comes to your form, because I coach you guys up through the week when it comes to that. So learn more about that, guys. Head to the link below. Hit those links to help change your life and take your life for the better. Okay, so last set we're gonna do a huge giant set. We're gonna put a ton of reps into this, so it will be exhausting. We're gonna go 20 reps under control. So yes, we're doing a higher rep range, but that does not mean we fucking fling things around. You could use rest pause into this, so like if you get to like your 10th rep and you're like, holy shit, this sucks, I can't get any more, you gotta do 10 more reps. So you can rest a little bit, hold weights in your hand, relax, and then jar the rest of those out with good form. Starting off with dumbbell ladder raises. Then from there, we're gonna go into plate raises. We're gonna go into steering wheels though. So from here, when we're doing this, we're not doing this and then turning. We're gonna turn with the weight and up and turn. So if you watch my hand, this is the opposite arm. The opposite arm is still staying in that position. It's not bending and doing this. We're here and then I'm rotating over and I'm up and I'm rotating over. I'm rotating up with it. So don't get here and start turning and doing this. We're counting 20 reps total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, slower as you can see it, 7, all the way to 20 reps. Sue's done that. We're gonna sit her butt back down here and we're gonna do bent over dumbbell rear delt flies. Now we're doing this, we're still bending and hinging down, so we wanna be in a position where we are almost parallel to the floor, our chest. We can be a little bit up, but we don't want to be like this, right? We're going to lose all that tension and that range of motion. So we want to be in this position here, using our glutes, hamstrings, feet, heels, gripping the floor for leverage, core engaged, so you can take pressure off our spine, and letting our arms relax in the front. We don't want to be back like this and then doing this. We're from here, we're pushing out to the side, pushing to the wall. If you want to give yourself a point of reference of where my hand should be, think about your dumbbells being in front of your toes. So you're here, so not back this way. You want to be apart from here and pushing out. This is your rep range, and this is your tempo. This is what 1 second, 1, 2, 3, like that, all the way to 20 reps. Then we're gonna burn out 20 reps from here. It's gonna look ugly, but we're still gonna keep pretty good form from here, pulling up and just pulling out. Pull, pull, pull. We're basically trying to pull our hand like this. Pulling up, pull, pull, and just burn it out, right? Okay, so again, if you don't have the dumbbells that are heavy enough or light enough, remember, we're doing 60 reps right after the other, like 20, 20, 20. So get yourself, you can use these. How to hold them, best way to hold these is if you have any kind like this, whatever way you can get a good grip, right? You know, not too much of an arch in your back. There you go. All right, that is it for the workout. The full workout will definitely be down in the description. If you want to make it into more like a sarcoplasmic hypertrophy workout, then I would take every one of those exercises, slow them right down, 10 to 15 reps, about a 2 to 3 second negative, 1 second positive, rest about 1 to 2 minutes in between each set, and do about 2 to 3 hard sets, and there you guys got it right there. So anyway, make sure you guys are stretching after. Again, all of this stuff I go through in my coaching and also in my ebook. So if you don't want to do coaching, check out the ebook. It's got all this stuff in there. Help you guys out, optimize your training and all that good stuff. So leave it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You know the comment that tell like it is transparent, vulnerable truth. For coaching, johnshee.com. If you want to know about coaching, book yourself a 30-minute consult or a 50-minute consult. And at the end of the consult, I deduct the consult off any package that you pick. I also said consult about 1 million times. Anyway, guys, if you want to hit up those descriptions below, that'll help you save or change your life for the better. Hit them all below. Hit that link to get you into that awesome email list that you'll get private videos for just you on optimize your training, nutrition, and so forth. Also, guys, HCLT supplements, use that right there. You get that, use that code for greguset.com and HCLT supplements. Also, guys, let's get checked. Fit Army, my ebook, all the good stuff. Hit the description below, guys. Also, add me on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, send me your training clips, your progress pics, and foodie pics, and I will repost it for you guys because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.